Welcome to PA Cave Crawl, where each week we feature the absolute coolest fan caves around the state of Pennsylvania. I'm your host, Sam Wilson, and today we are in Glen Mills, Pennsylvania to meet David Langan and see Langan's Pub number 2. David!
Sam. Hello, how are you?
Hello, we're here to see your awesome fan cave.
Absolutely, come on in.
Okay, so we'll start off with this room.
Yeah, well, so this room really was designed for kids, right? So
I like it. They get their own little area so that they're not bothering you guys too much, but you know they're safe.
exactly. And I haven't dialed it up quite to the extent that I would like with the memorabilia, but we have a few highlights in here. So you kind of come here, you ignore the kind of the workout stuff. I kind of made it into a little workout area now. You know, so we got the Westbrook and the number 29, you know, LaShawn McCoy. These are all signed autographs. So there's a story with that, and I'll show you two other ones out there. It was an auction for it was a nonprofit or something that we were attending, and so we were bidding. You know, and this is like a few drinks in. So it was, and I hate to lose, and there was me and this other guy gone, and he kept raising. I think I had like $750 for this basket, but it included Westbrook, McCoy, and Clyde Simmons.
Oh, okay, that's actually really cool.
So I thought it was kind of
yeah.
cool. Yeah. So, you know,
I think Westbrook himself is worth $750.
Yeah.
He's my friend, you know, a little.
B West, that's right. So you have connections there.
There you go.
And then I kind of added a little basketball over here, and you see the little arcade game. So it has all the, you know, the Centipede. Now you guys are so young, you might not remember this stuff. But you know, us older guys remember Centipede, Galaga,
I think I might know a couple, but
Donkey
probably not
Kong.
too good.
Yeah. And then I got the, you know, the bubble hockey here where I could customize it to the Flyers. I don't have a
That's
lot of
so
Flyer
cool.
stuff, but so I got the two PA teams here, Flyers and Penguins.
It's a great rivalry too.
Rivalry,
you know what I mean?
you know,
really
so-
get into it against each other.
So here's where I didn't quite know where to put this one, and I'm like looking all over. I'm like, man, because of the. So this was the Wiz Kids of 1950, the originals, and my dad kept this.
Oh wow.
It was folded up in a box, and it came in the Sunday Bulletin paper. And I don't know if you remember that paper back.
I've heard of it.
Well,
but...
I've heard of it, Dave. But so I'm like, so I got it framed up, and I'm like, this is cool, but now I'm like, where do I put it? So I said, I'm going to throw it in here, and at least it gives a little bit more atmosphere, you know, to this room. So, you know, so this is kind of the, you know, the main area where everybody kind of hangs out here. Let me turn down the Super Bowl. You know, so we get kind of the big surround going on and all that good stuff.
And I must say the light's very fitting. That's
yeah,
really
a little
cool
green
behind
light.
Here.
I got a Ryan Howard bat.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
It's kind of hard to see, but his autographs is in there. Now, occasionally I put some stuff out when I know people are coming over, just so they can kind of look. And if I could ever figure out a way, like my dad, I used to keep stuff from the papers. This
I
picture
wish that was more of a thing
would look so good on the wall.
nowadays. Oh, it would.
The Dr. J, the cradle dunk, when he did it over Michael Cooper. So they put that in the paper when they won the championship. So that was kind of cool.
Wow.
Yeah, so we kind of have our, you know, little dolls there, whatever they're called.
Bobbleheads.
Bobbleheads. Why am I drawing a blank on bobbleheads? Those are
cool. Are they like
some of these are
throwback?
original. So
Wow.
they were my dad's, and they were in box. I think some broke. So I
Yeah.
still had some of them left over, and I'm like, let me display them out here. And I put the bat back there a while back, and you know, so it kind of
That's
plays out.
awesome though. They're so cool. I've never seen ones dating that old.
Yeah, well, they were my dad's.
Yeah.
Not me. All right, let's just make that clear.
So those must be real collector's items though. That's awesome.
Yeah, they are. They're probably I bet you they're from the 50s. Probably somewhere in that.
And the
time
look
frame.
of this bar, I'm going to say, very, very nice.
Yeah, it kind of flows, I think, nice.
Yeah.
And, you know, you got your fridges over here so people can come back and drink. I usually, during game day, if I'm not at the game, I'm back here. I can't sit, right? Who sits watching a game? I know that's kind of a big thing. Like, well, where do you sit? And I'm like, well, I sit usually on the end, but game times I I can't do it. So
I love it. So you're like tending bar, you're being the host.
Yeah, being the host, I'll mingle, whatever, go about my business. Let me lower that for you a little bit too. So here's, I want to play this. This is kind of cool. So this is, this was a 1980s Philly album that I found. Right?
Oh, wow.
So I didn't have a phonograph, I had to go buy one. But I got to play this one. It's only about 30 seconds.
When Bake McBride
Listen to this call.
Dave Palmer pitch and the Phillies left the division by a game and a half. Bake McBride stands in. He is singled in 3 at bats. Here's Palmer's pitch to it. Swing and a long drive. Deep right. It's got a chance. Out of here. Ball game's over. Phillies win 2-1. Bake McBride a home run. Phillies win it 2-1. Lead the East by a game and a half. Bake McBride bobbed at home plate by his teammates. What an ending to a great ball game. However, the Expos came back
Wow.
to win the final 2 games of the
So
That might be quite literally the coolest thing I've ever seen. I've never seen anything like that. I mean, I'm very biased. Everybody knows I'm an MLB person, but that is amazing.
yeah, I thought it'd be kind of cool to put it out here.
Yeah.
Like for people that come over and they're like, oh my God, a lot of my buddies are older. Remember those games, right? And we all love Harry. I mean, that guy was
I think all of Philadelphia has to love him.
Yeah.
All of the MLB world has to love
Yeah,
him.
oh, absolutely. He was an icon in sports and in baseball broadcasting. So we'll go over here real quick. This is just kind of a mix of, you know, the Dawkins and Irving. And
2 greats.
then I found this in my dad's box, too. It's a signed Bill Bergey and Ron Jaworski picture.
Oh, wow.
So you can't see it on the right, but it says to Tom, best wishes, you know, Ron.
And Tom was your dad?
Yeah, it was my dad's name. And then here on the table, you know, I was trying to figure out, again, like all my dad's stuff. Like, how do I kind of pay cheek? He's probably looking down, laughing, loving this, right? He was such a homer with all the sports. So these are most of the scorecards from like the 40s and 50s, athletics, Phillies, you know, because obviously.
So would they like hand these out at games to fans that were in attendance?
They would. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So this real quick is just, again, my dad's stuff. So he would write to like the sports commentators a lot. And Harry Callis wrote back to him. And he kept it.
Wow. I would keep it too.
So I framed it. And I put it up because it's like 1974. You know, Harry used a typewriter and, you know, chopped
That's
out
so
all
cool
the words.
too, just because you don't get that anymore. You know, now it's like a DM.
They don't
People
do
reach out in a DM and maybe get a response.
Can you imagine
But
that today? I mean, they're not doing it now.
That's so cool, and such a cool, just like actual piece of memorabilia.
Yeah.
to post.
Again, now I just got to show you this real quick because this is cool. This is a
Okay.
cool idea for anybody. If anybody's interested,
Oh,
if anybody's ever interested when they're designing their basement, now this is old. This basement's about
Yeah.
10 years old. They should do a hidden bookcase.
that
storage.
was so cool. I was not expecting that. I
No,
thought you were
right.
going for like the Donovan McNabb thing.
And then my dad had a lot of these. He would write Bill Campbell. Remember Bill Campbell? He was an announcer before Harry Callis. He was big in
okay. I knew
Philadelphia.
the name.
So he wrote to him, and Bill Campbell wrote back in October '67 on a note card. Dodgers in an airport. This is an airport card.
That is so cool.
So you know when you're out and about and you see somebody, like I saw Cal Ripken in a bench in a train station. I was going on, I'm like, I told him, hey, that's Cal Ripken. He's sitting there by himself. I'm like, I took out a piece of paper and said, hey, Cal, and he said, yeah, he signed it. I should get these authenticated.
This is
cool?
so cool.
You know, John Bukovic is up there, Davey Johnson, and then of course, you know, Rip Hamilton. So my dad got him, I guess, in high school, and he put up there to Tom, you know, Rip, whatever. So this is
That one paid off.
It did.
Got him early.
Yeah, all the teams, and then
This table over here is really cool.
yeah. So let me just kind of, I'll turn the lights up a little bit here. But yeah, so again, going back to Dad, he kept almost every ticket I think that he went to. Then I found some pretty cool, like Notre Dame versus Penn.
Yeah, and you
Chicago
can
Cardinals.
see like the dates
Yeah,
on
the
them,
dates
how like
on
it's just
them.
evolved.
And it's a great conversation piece when people come over. They go, oh my God, I remember. Well, they won't remember the 1950s.
Even if they were there, they probably won't remember it. At
That's
this point.
mine. I went to the Wilt Chamberlain retirement ceremony when the Sixers won, so I put that on there just for
Yeah,
kids.
these ones are so cool.
Yeah, so just some neat little things, and Dad would write scores and different things on that. You know, we have a little montage over here. I thought these were cool to do, like the pillows.
Yeah.
So that was a Jason Kelsey speech. And then, of course, the Philly special. And I got Gail Sayers' autograph.
I do have to ask though.
Sure.
So a lot of this is from your dad. Is your dad the one that really gave you your love for Philly sports?
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. I think you're indoctrinated, whether it's Cousin Matt, who, by the way.
Yeah, this is Langan Pub number 2,
yeah,
right?
Well, you know what? Sequels tend to not to be good as the original, but I think in this case, Langan 2.0, Matt.
There you
We're
go.
bringing it, pal.
We'll see in the votes, huh?
We will. We will see the votes.
I love that. Well, thank you so much for showing us this.
Absolutely, thank you.
And because you did, you're going to get $500 site credit on the Park Sportsbook app. And then you're going to be entered into potentially for the grand prize later down in the season. I say later on, it's like 5 weeks from now.
Okay.
We'll get that going. So you'll be entered and have a chance to win the grand prize for that.
Looking forward to it. Thank you.
No problem.
Cool.
Thank you guys so much for checking out this awesome fan cave with me. Make sure you come back next week to continue our cave crawl around PA.